In between college and law school, I did a year of volunteer work at a place called Covenant House in New York City. It's a crisis shelter for street kids, runaway, homeless kids. And that year really cemented in me a desire to do something about the injustices that I saw. And it made me want to go to law school and be an advocate for the poor. When I was a young lawyer at Land of Lincoln, I met Sister Julia Hughescamp, who is a sister who works in the housing projects in East St. Louis. And she asked me to be Keisha's big sister. Keisha's mother had been shot and killed in one of the housing developments in East St. Louis, one of the housing projects. And so Keisha was extremely bright, really, really bright. And Sister Julia thought that she might benefit from having a big sister. She was being raised by her grandmother, who was a very, very kind woman. But Sister Julia thought she might benefit from something more. And what happened was Keisha had a best friend who wanted a big sister, so my roommate became her big sister. And then there was another friend that wanted a big sister, so I got another friend to be her big sister, and that kept going until I ran out of friends. And then that's how Girls Club was born.
Back in 1990, my wife started the Girls Club, and about maybe 7 or 8 months later, she was nudging myself a bit and another gentleman who also had a wife that was involved in the Girls Club to try to get us to consider a boys' club.
The story with Boys Club and how Mike got involved was the boys, after we started Girls Club, kept saying, "Sheila, when are you going to start Boys Club?"
We've been doing the Boys Club ever since. And I can proudly say that probably half of the members of the Boys and the Girls Club and all the other clubs that we've been involved with since are from the legal community.
We have over 100 volunteers now, 8 different programs. You know, it just has had a life of its own. I never dreamed 23 years ago when I was introduced to Keisha that it would be the organization it is today. But it is, and we keep trying to do what we can. We have a variety of programs now. You know, starting with Girls Club and Boys Club, but then we've gone on from there and started our mentoring programs. And so our teen mentoring program that Mike runs with Jay Lewis, that's focused more on career development or career exposure.
Once a month we all go to a different college or a different vocational facility that gives them the exposure to you know, the possibilities that are there.
Our family mentoring program, likewise, is designed to focus on the families and the goals that the young women have for themselves and their children, and to really support them as they work towards those goals. Likewise, our alternative education program was developed mainly because we knew the failures of the East St. Louis school system. The need is huge, and quite frankly, if we had more funds and more volunteers, we could be doing 2, 3, 4 times what we're doing. I think the question is, what are each of us called to do? I don't know that I am called to do the large-scale effort and fix the nation as a whole, right? Should somebody work on that? Absolutely, right? What I have been called to do is what I am doing right now, one child at a time. The Join Hands work is all hours. People call me on my cell phone at all times in need, evening, weekends, you know. It's not a 9 to 5 job. And so, you know, how do I balance it? Well, my house is dirty, you know. You have to prioritize you can't do it all, and you do what you can. What happened really was that I took a tour of Sister Thea Bowman Catholic School in East St. Louis. It's a small private Catholic school in East St. Louis, just a gem of a place. And I thought, wouldn't it be great to send the kids here? And Bridget Flood from the Incarnate Word Foundation got wind of my dream somehow. I don't really recall how that connection was made, and called me up and said, "I'll give you $10,000 to take the plunge and do it." And so I did. This year, our tuition bill is upwards of over $60,000. I have no idea where it's coming from. It's a little bigger than it has been in the past because now we have these 5 high schoolers. But we'll figure it out somehow, you know.